Johnny, Lord, he never did nothing wrong. How the hell did he end up in the words of a black snow song? Little Johnny, little Johnny, Lord, he never did nothing wrong. How the hell did he end up in the words of a black snow's poem? Now, Lil Johnny was only 16 years old. And to my knowledge, this is the first time that his story's ever been told. See, Johnny was a good boy, bringing to his parents pride and joy. Little did they know that a policeman's bullet his young life would destroy. You see, Johnny lived in a neighborhood where the color of his skin made him a usual suspect. Being stopped by the cops was a common occurrence, and this you can bet. And although he's hung out on the corners, he never sold crack, smoked weed, and he never got wet. See, little Johnny had potential. He played baseball, and he was very good. And at only 16 years old, 5 pro scouts had visited his house in the hood. Come on. Now, Johnny and his family had dreams about moving out of the hood. You see, little Johnny's fastball had been clocked at well over 90 miles an hour. And for those of you that don't know, that's as fast as any pitcher in the Major League Pro. Now, Johnny and his family had dreams about moving out of the hood. That little nigga gonna sign a fat contract. Everything gonna be all good. But one night when it was getting late, Johnny's mom sent him to the corner store, which was only 5 blocks away from his front door. Now, Johnny was athletic and 5 blocks was nothing for him to run. He would often time himself just to see how fast he could get it done. But tonight was different. You see, there had been a shootout earlier that day just 3 blocks away, and that's all I can say. A single shot pierced the silence of the night, and little Johnny's little body, that shit lay under the street lights in a pool of blood and gasping for breathless for his young life. He did fight. Now he's surrounded by the cops with the sirens blaring, and the cop that shot him was hatefully staring. And I told him to stop, but he just kept running. So I pulled out my pistol and I started gunning. A classic example of shoot first and ask questions later by another man dressed in blue. That where I come from, we nicknamed them the haters.
The haters.
Now, little Johnny was to survive. You see, the bullet tore through his back, but he broke his spine. Now, he'll never walk, run, or play baseball again. What a tragic end to a life that was so promising. And as for the cop that pulled the trigger, black poet, in just 2 short years, he had just shot his 4th nigga. Not a day in jail was to be spent. Not a single check was to be sent to help with the medical bills or rent. This shit got the black snow bit. See, tears still well up in my eyes when I see little Johnny in that chair. And I reflect back to the words of the famous poet Langston Hughes. Like, for a black man, that shit ain't gonna be no crystal stair. So let this be a warning for all of you under the sound of my voice. The young black males in the hood are still the brand choice. Beware of a man that's dressed in blue, because some days they shoot first and ask questions later. That's why where I come from, we nickname them the haters, black snow.